Well, coming up this hour on GMSA, a road closure affecting drivers on the northwest side. We're going to tell you when it'll clear up. And the 5th annual San Antonio Walk of Hope begins. It's happening right now. Our Devin Karp will bring us a live report from that event. Plus, there's a lot going on around town. We're helping you plan your weekend with a look at some of the events. But
Start your weekend with a look outside right now. You can see we have got cloudy skies in San Antonio. There are a few sprinkles. I'd love to start the forecast by taking a look at the pollen count today too, because if you have some issues with allergies, you may want to pay attention to the pollen count. Ragweed is up from yesterday. It's moderate at 340. Molds are present, but in low amounts. It is ragweed season. Here's a look at those sprinkles falling in areas closer to Bernie and then just inside 1604 there on the north side of town, closer to Leon Valley, that kind of area. As for our temperatures this morning, it is mild. It's already 68 degrees. On Thursday morning, we started off with temperatures in the 40s and 50s. So we're kind of back to like a bit of a muggy start to the day. Dew points in the 60s. That's considered pretty muggy. But in the afternoon, the humidity will come down and it should be pretty nice. Spotty sprinkles both today and tomorrow, mainly in the morning. A bit more sunshine tomorrow, so just a smidge warmer. And speaking of warmer, we do get warmer in the week ahead. Thankfully, we won't challenge records, and I have a look at the potential for some rainfall coming up in just a bit.
Sarah, thank you. Now to a traffic alert that we talked about earlier. The northwest side, Loop 1604. Closed in both directions at I-10, including the Cloverleaf ramps. That's according to TxDOT. However, I-10 will stay open. The closure is scheduled to end at 5 a.m. on Monday. Access to businesses will remain open during construction. Since January, workers have focused on installing steel beams as crews construct flyover ramps at the interchange. So according to TxDOT, steel beam work is currently 63% complete, with 95 beams in place. October marks Sudden Infant Death Awareness Month, and Metro Health is working to help parents practice safe sleep practices to help lower that risk of SIDS. So Metro Health says SIDS is the 3rd leading cause of death in infants. Most of these cases are associated with co-sleeping or sleep-related issues.
I really want to make sure families promote room sharing, but not bed sharing.
So when it comes to safe sleep, it's important to remember the ABCs. Babies should be alone on their back in a crib with nothing in it. No blankets, toys, or pets. Something else to consider, safe breastfeeding.
There is a risk with breastfeeding because you do get all comfy and cozy with baby and tend to fall asleep sometimes.
So Metro Health recommends have someone make sure you don't fall asleep or set an alarm to be safe. So tomorrow, Metro Health will host their 11th annual Baby Buggy Walk. There will be a celebration of life and remembrance ceremony along with a 1-mile walk and educational vendors. It starts at 11 in the morning and ends at 3. It's at the Ramon V. Quintero Community Center, formerly known as Southside Lions. You can learn more about the event by heading to our website, KSAT.com. And we're going to head out live to Devin Karp, who is at the Walk of Hope this morning. And Devin, I believe things just got kicked off there.
Yeah, Sarah, we are right here in Almost Basin Park, and if you take a look behind me, you can see we are getting ready to go with this walk. Now, this is put on by a lot of different organizations working to come together, including Resolve. That's part of the National Infertility Association. The whole reason behind this walk, they say, is to raise awareness about infertility and family building barriers. They say that 1 in 6 couples worldwide and 1 in 8 nationwide are diagnosed with infertility every year. And of course, this is an issue that affects people from all parts of San Antonio, not just one area. So there are going to be all these organizations here, including parents, organizations who can talk to you about any struggles you may be having. And of course, these people here want to help families create a system of support and provide them a community for any challenges they're going to be going through. So the race is going to be kicking off soon. We're going to have all the people coming out here to walk, and then later on in the afternoon, we're going to be bringing you exactly what some of the organizers want to have, not to mention some of the prizes that are going to be available for raffling here, including IVF treatments and egg freezing sessions. That's all going to be coming up soon. But for now, Sarah, I'm going to send it back to you. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Devin. Hey, remember, Luminaria kicks off tonight at 6. It ends at midnight. It is at a new location this year. It's at St. Paul Square, east of downtown. The free art festival allows people to enjoy an immersive nighttime display of lights and art. The event brings together artists from various disciplines and exhibit and perform in the outdoor setting. This includes live music, dancing, large art installations, theater, and poetry. And today, the San Antonio River Authority is hosting its annual Fall Festival at Helton Nature Park in Floresville. This is a free event from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. There's plenty to enjoy, including a fall maze, food vendors, arts and crafts, and there'll be also a costume contest and pecan baking contest, as well as live music. So you can find more information at sariverauthority.org. It's always a busy weekend here in the Alamo City, especially in October, so you can find a list of events on our Things to Do section of our website. It includes times and ticket information as well. Ooh, Beer Festival and Vino Fest. Wow, lots going on. 9:06 and 68 degrees. New movies hitting the big screen, and if you're a horror fan, there's plenty to choose from. Those previews still ahead. A local woman sharing her story of survival, how a cancer diagnosis changed her life. Sarah, we're in that part of the fall where it's nice, and we put up some of our Halloween decorations last night. I even wore a sweater, a light sweater.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, it was crazy. I
got a sweater dress on right now.
I'm not dramatic about when it gets cold, and I just don't like to be cold.
I understand that.
But if it's not 75, I'm wearing a sweater.
Hey, and here's the thing. We'll get up to 83 today. So It's not necessarily going to be sweater weather, but it's not going to be really warm either. It'll be a pretty nice day. We are starting off though with some clouds, but don't let that deter you from enjoying some time outdoors. It's 68 degrees in San Antonio, nearly 70 in New Braunfels and Del Rio, 63 in Boerne, 63 in Kerrville. The thing is, the humidity is pretty high. Dew points are right near 60 degrees, and that's why we haven't been able to cool down all that much in the overnight hours. That and the clouds. The clouds act as a blanket, kind of keeping in the heat from the day in the overnight hours. So that's why we're seeing a bit of a warmer start. And you can see around San Antonio that we're pretty much locked into cloud cover for most of Bexar County. We do have some clearer skies out near Hondo. It's cloudy in Del Rio as well, and then totally clear farther out to the east nearer to Hallettsville. We've also got some areas of sprinkles this morning. One area in particular right near Leon Valley. You can see just south of Helotes too, right along Bandera and 151 there in some of those neighborhoods. Very light sprinkle ongoing, but again, these sprinkles, even if you happen upon one, it's not going to ruin your time outdoors. In fact, when you look at rainfall, you really got to go over to the Four Corners region to see the rain through parts of New Mexico, even some snow for parts of Colorado. We are desperate for rainfall here in San Antonio and South Central Texas. It's been a long time since we've seen good rainfall. That upper level low, if we wanted good rain in San Antonio, that would need to be all the way down here in northern Mexico. And so you can see, because it's too far to the north, we're not going to see any good rain from that system. In fact, only some rain across the panhandle of Texas. One thing that low is doing, though, is it's causing us to see some mugginess work its way in from the Gulf of Mexico. It's pulling that mugginess up into San Antonio. That's why we've had the warmer mornings. But if you're worried about a warm afternoon with high humidity, you don't need to worry. Humidity is going to be coming down, and it'll be pleasant in the afternoon. So again, even though we're off to a muggy start, not going to have to worry about the humidity in the afternoon, and all you might run into is a sprinkle or two. Around noon, it'll be 74. We're going to see a little bit more sun in the afternoon, 83 for the high. East-southeast winds at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, so a little bit of a breeze. We'll cool down into the 70s after sunset. And speaking of the 70s, some folks will not leave the 70s. It'll be 79 in Boerne, 79 in Kerrville, 79 in Helotes. 85 in Seguin, 82 in Uvalde, 84 in Floresville. Unfortunately, drought is continuing to be a major factor for us and is spreading rapidly. We've now got severe drought, this orange color, all throughout Bexar County, down to Pleasanton, Floresville, Seguin, New Braunfels, with extreme drought up in parts of the Hill Country, Leakey, Concan, Bandera, northwestern Bexar County, Leon Springs, Boerne, Comfort area. And there is no end in sight to our drought. Rain chances are few and far between, only sprinkles this weekend and no major rain chances in the next 7 days. As for temperatures, we are going to see them climb to near 90 degrees by Wednesday and Thursday. Although it will be difficult for us to actually reach 90. Could we potentially be done with 90 degrees for the whole rest of the year? Yeah, it's possible. I just wish we could deal with some more rain here in San Antonio. No major chances for rain. And how rare is it that we have gone through almost 20 days of October without measured rainfall at the airport? Even though we got some sprinkles yesterday, didn't fall at the airport. I'll have those details. How rare is it? When was the last time from October 1st to October 19th we only recorded a trace of rain? Details ahead.
Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I was downtown yesterday and we got a very light, shower.
5-minute shower, something
and
like that.
It was slow the whole time. It didn't feel like a true shower. Sprinkle.
It's funny. I saw one raindrop and I was like, oh my goodness, that's what that looks like.
Savor it. Thank you, Sarah. It's 9:14 and 68 degrees. 'Tis the season for scary movies, and the Hollywood is rolling out some of the new ones. What you can expect at the box office, that's still ahead. Well, 8 years ago, doctors diagnosed Audrey Ramsbacher with acute myeloid leukemia. It's a rare cancer that affects bone marrow and blood, and it could have been a death sentence, but at this year's Light the Night Walk, Audrey will be there, and she's going to be recognized as a hero. Our Danielle Ibata shares her story of survival.
Why don't you put a pin in right there?
Every stitch
Very good.
binds Audrey Ramsbacher and her granddaughter Nova closer together.
Just put the pins through here.
Yeah, okay. That's pretty good.
What's even better is that Audrey is alive to do it.
Yeah, I think I have a purpose still here in this world.
In 2016, Audrey went to the doctor after noticing bruising and having shortness of breath. A doctor ran tests, sent her home, then called Audrey back.
She said, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm pretty sure you have leukemia. And I said, there's no way I have leukemia. I hadn't had a sick day in 10 years that I was at my job.
Audrey rushed to the hospital to begin chemo. She was there for 30 days.
They weren't sure that I would make it through the first week. I was pretty sick.
8 months and 5 rounds of chemo later, Audrey was in remission. She knows others aren't as lucky.
I don't know why, God chose me to live and took them away.
She's thankful to have survived. Audrey got to retire with her husband and watch her grandkids, including Nova, grow up.
I thought having kids was pretty cool, but having grandkids is much better because then we get to spoil them and then send them home.
Nova knows how spoiled she is to have her grandmother by her side.
Now I understand that I could not have been here with you. So it means a lot to me.
Well, I love you.
I love you too.
It's pretty cool.
Danielle Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
So join us for Light the Night at Hemisphere Park. The event starts at 6 tonight and honors and remembers people impacted by cancer. Hundreds of lanterns will illuminate the sky. Our Danielle Ibata will MC the opening ceremony. It's 9:19 and 68 degrees. A slew of new movies to satisfy the scary movie fan. A look at the new offerings after the break. New week, new flicks. SA Live's resident movie guy, John Marr, has a smile on his face for this weekend's thrilling new movies. Let's see what he has in store for us.
So sorry, but do we know each other?
Yeah, no. I ran you over.
You okay?
I keep seeing this face everywhere.
I'm your resident film enthusiast, John Marr. Let's break down the new flicks in theaters this weekend.
What's the rush?
Because I'm worried that there's a very distinct and real possibility that I am about to fall in love with you.
First up, We Live in Time is a romantic drama directed by John Crowley, and the screenplay was written by British playwright Nick Payne. It follows a couple played by Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh over the course of their decade-long relationship. Florence Pugh plays an up-and-coming chef, and Andrew Garfield is a recent divorcee. They find their lives forever changed when a chance encounter brings them together. She hits him with her car. It's classic meet-cute material right here. The film is presented in a non-linear narrative format, so be prepared to piece the scenes together in your mind. The movie seems perfect for those of us that like to watch a sad movie about life and eat an entire bowl of ice cream. We Live in Time is rated R.
I've traced a string of deaths to you. Nobody has survived longer than a week.
Turn that frown upside down. Smile 2 is about the global pop sensation Sky Riley, played by Naomi Scott. As she is about to embark on a world tour, she begins experiencing terrifying events. Overwhelmed by the escalating horrors and the pressures of fame, Sky is forced to face her past. This is a psychological, supernatural horror flick written and directed by Parker Finn, who wrote the original Smile, and this is a direct sequel to Smile from 2022, which was based off of Parker Finn's short film, Laura Hasn't Slept. I'm excited about the possibilities of this film, like maybe people will stop telling me to smile more. But seriously, don't tell people to smile, because it's rude and causes this demon thing to haunt you.
What?
The film series has its connections to Texas. Laura Hasn't Slept was screened at Austin's South by Southwest Film Festival, where it won the Special Jury Recognition Prize in the Midnight Short category. And Smile had its world premiere at Fantastic Fest in 2022. Smile 2 is rated R.
What were they then? Terrorists? They loomed threateningly. Protesters. That's what I thought too at first.
This movie looks weird. Rumors is about the leaders of the world's wealthiest democracies gathering together for the annual G7 summit to draft a provisional statement regarding a global crisis. Lost in the woods by a thick fog and menaced by undead bodies and a giant brain, they navigate the strained relationships between them. The film stars a talented cast led by Cate Blanchett, Charles Dance, and Alicia Vikander.
This is an example of what we call bog bodies.
Ick. Why though?
I understand you're upset. Run!
Rumors is rated R. That's it for this weekend's new flicks. I'm John Marr. Have a fun weekend at the movies.
Well, the graduating class of the Historic Academy gearing up to celebrate their 50-year reunion this weekend, and some alums sharing some of their favorite memories this morning. We're seeing pricier items everywhere, and now the cost of being a Girl Scout could be on the rise. We'll explain. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. You made it to the weekend. And the weather's going to be a bit of a treat this weekend, although there are some areas of sprinkles and light drizzle out there. As we take a look outside with live cam, you can see the clouds are here right now. And there are, as I mentioned, areas of drizzle. I went ahead and on the Authority radar, I've turned up the intensity here of the radar so that you can see where the drizzle is. Drizzle is something that's very difficult to detect on the radar, but we've got a patch of drizzle pushing along I-10 north of Boerne, also through areas in eastern Kendall County, western Comal County, and then right here in parts of the 1604 and I-10 near Helotes, near Leon Springs, UTSA, Six Flags, Chavano Park, Castle Hills. That's where we've got a patch of drizzle that's moving north. Now this is all going to be very temporary and limited to the morning. Just a few sprinkles, so do not cancel your outdoor plans. It's in the 60s, 68 in San Antonio, 68 in Converse, 70 in New Braunfels, 69 in Poteet, 66 in Uvalde. Starting off our morning pretty mild because of the humidity. And through about 9-10, that's when we'll have the chance for a few sprinkles or drizzle, but in the afternoon it'll be 83, partly cloudy, and humidity, which is high right now, is going to come down in the afternoon, so it will be pretty pleasant. Hey, coming up in the forecast, we're going to be talking about how we have a small chance for rain tomorrow as well with sprinkles, but after that, the tap really turns off. The impressive thing is we have only seen a trace of rainfall from October 1st to October 19th. The last time that it happened, where we've seen a trace of rainfall or less for October 1st through October 19th, was all the way back in 1995, 24 years ago. As I said, we're going to be talking about how it's going to be a dry week and what's going to happen to temperatures. Details coming up. Sarah.
Sarah, thank you. New this morning, San Antonio police say a man is dead after he was hit by someone driving a car along I-10. This happened around 9:30 last night near Foster Road. Police say the man was in the middle of the access road walking against traffic when he was hit. The driver did stop to help the man, but the man was pronounced dead at the scene by first responders. No charges have been filed. And this morning, the 5th annual San Antonio Walk of Hope begins. The goal is to promote awareness of family building options while combating the stigma of infertility. Our Devin Karp is live at the event. Hey, good morning, Devin. Lots of people out there. How's it going?
Hey, good morning, Sarah. Yeah, you can see all these people starting to trickle in. We are right here at Almost Basin Park, and there's still time to register for the walk if you'd like to, a little bit ahead of the event. It seemed to be a pretty good morning out here, and I have one of the organizers, Dr. Linda, with us. Good morning. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Good morning. My name is Dr. Linda Strano-Burton, and I am the Walk of Hope chair, and I love what's happening today. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. So, okay, walk me through what is going on here this morning, some of the different lots of resources within the community. What are y'all hoping to achieve?
So this is a walk that we do to promote awareness about infertility and family building options. This is our 5th Walk of Hope. I do this work for Resolve, the National Infertility Association. We are building community here today. We have people in this line of business. We have fertility clinics, we have acupuncturists, we have lots of mental health specialists, we have other people who work with this community, and we are building the support, the resources, the access to care that people who are going through this type of barrier needs.
Yeah, because talk to me, this is something that can affect anyone. How important is it to make sure that you all have a community full of resources and other families just like someone who may be struggling, giving them hope and support?
Know that 1 in 6 worldwide is affected by infertility, and 1 in 8 nationwide is affected. So if you are, this is a very isolating journey. This type of community offers you the resources, offers you the embrace, the lift that you need, because when you get the news that you are not able to have kids, it's shocking. So please get with us, come and meet us, take opportunities that we provide, such as support groups and such as resources and anything else that you might need. Just come and talk to us. We're here for you.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here with us this morning, Dr. Linda. We appreciate it. All right, so the walk is going to be kicking off soon right here in Almost Basin Park. You still have time to register if you'd like to show up. We're going to have a full story tonight about all the resources here and some of the families who have been helped by them coming up on the Night Beat. For now, Sarah, I'm going to send it back to you. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Important stuff. Thank you, Devin. Cases of whooping cough are surging right now. The CDC says there are 5 times as many cases this year in the U.S. compared to this point last year. So whooping cough is a respiratory illness that can be difficult to identify at first. The infection starts with common symptoms like runny nose, a low-grade fever, and a tickly cough similar to other illnesses. But as it progresses, those infected develop a violent body cough. The bacteria that causes whooping cough is spread person to person throughout the air, frequently at schools, child care centers, and the hospitals. The CDC says antibiotics can help if caught early, but vaccines are the best protection. Older Americans reported losing nearly $2 billion to fraud last year. That's according to the Federal Trade Commission's annual report on protecting older Americans. The report highlights trends Based on fraud reports by adults aged 60 and older, bank transfers and cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, ATM machines were the most common methods of payment used in the scams. The actual amount older adults lost to fraud is likely higher than $2 billion. The FTC estimates it to be more than $60 billion because the majority of frauds are never reported. And it appears to be taking longer for some young adults to find jobs in the U.S. That's according to a recent Labor Department data. The share of employed Americans between 20 and 24 years old declined the most of any age group last month compared to 2023. That was followed by a slightly smaller decline among people 25 to 34 compared to last year. Unemployment remains historically low, and there are still some more job openings than before the COVID-19 pandemic. However, economists say the reason younger adults are having trouble is because some companies are very slow to hire and slow to fire. The Girl Scouts of USA are voting whether to raise membership dues from $25 a year to $85 a year. That's a big jump. That's a 240% hike per scout. Membership dues are the organization's largest source of revenue. In 2023, they generated $38 million from nearly 2 million members, but the Girl Scouts have faced cash flow issues stemming from the pandemic, inflation, and changing consumer behaviors. Some members believe the hike is out of reach for many families. A Girl Scout spokesperson says the organization would continue to provide financial aid to any girl who needs it. It is 9:38 and 68 degrees, a cult classic movie that's popular here in the Alamo City, now in the spotlight more than 30 years after its release, how it could receive special recognition. The graduating class of the Historic Academy getting ready to celebrate their 50-year reunion this weekend. Ursuline Academy is no longer operating in San Antonio. The school closed back in 1992. However, the two original Ursuline Academy campuses and the mission of education lives on today. Our Stephanie Cerner reports that mission started in 1851 with a group of nuns who traveled from Galveston to what is now downtown San Antonio and opened their very first school.
But yeah, this is so neat.
Ann Mitchell was 5 years old when she started her first grade year at Ursuline Academy. She tells us that walking through this campus, which still stands in downtown San Antonio today, brought back a lot of memories.
My first grade teacher, her name was Sister Maureen, and when school first started, the principal got sick and she wasn't able to continue. And so Sister Maureen was principal and first grade teacher, so she was really busy.
A group of nuns opened Ursuline Academy in San Antonio in 1851 and continued to teach girls for 110 years at that location. That was up until 1961. That was also the last year that the academy was at this historic site downtown. The campus later became the Southwest School of Arts and is now the UTSA Southwest campus.
They came in a stagecoach and they made the trip all the way from Galveston to San Antonio. They arrived September 14th, 1851 at 10:30 p.m.
Patty Elizondo, also an Ursuline Academy graduate, has been researching the Ursuline Sisters' mission of education.
1961, they had begun to be a little bit crowded out by the commercial development in downtown San Antonio. There was noise and there was traffic, and so they decided to move. It really pleases me that they didn't make too many changes.
The nuns moved to this larger campus on Vance Jackson outside of Loop 410 and continued teaching from 1961 until 1992 when the school closed. This location eventually became Cornerstone, and it's now Somerset Academy Collegiate.
Founded institutions that were attractive to other educational.
Between the two locations, the nuns ran Ursuline for 141 years in San Antonio. And both Patty and Ann are proud to say they are part of that history as they get ready to celebrate their 50-year high school reunion.
Ursuline was a very good school, and great education.
Well, today Ursuline class of 1974 will celebrate with a tour of the campus, which is now Somerset Academy Collegiate. Then with the party tomorrow, they will regroup at St. Matthew for a blessing, and then they will be treated to a complimentary brunch at Outback off of I-10.
Sarah, you were just telling me a sweet story. You ran into some of the nuns up in Bernie.
Yes.
And
they were very, very sweet. They loved watching us, and they're excited for our babies and praying for us.
Well, that's so sweet. I hope they're watching this morning.
Good morning, ladies. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, and thanks for your prayers. As we take a look at the pollen count, ragweed is moderate today, and molds are low. Ragweed, it is ragweed season after all. 68 degrees outside, winds are from the east at about 10 miles per hour. We do have some areas of patchy drizzle out there. I've went ahead and turned up the intensity of the radar so that you can see where some of these patchy drizzle areas are. Right over Leon Springs, Chavano Park, Hollywood Park area, and then farther north, just north of Bernie, so kind of like nearer to Welfare area. And then out near Spring Branch too. That's where we got some very patchy drizzle. Not everybody's seeing drizzle and sprinkles this morning. However, we really have not seen all that much rain. In fact, I want to go back because I want to show you that yesterday, even though we got some decent rainfall, in some neighborhoods, it was very light, and it only amounted to maybe up to about a tenth to 1/1500ths of an inch of rainfall in some areas. But at the San Antonio International Airport, where we've got the official rain gauge, here's the San Antonio International Airport, you can see there's a hole right over where the rain gauge is. And so with that in mind, it has been 44 days since we have seen measurable rainfall at the San Antonio International Airport. The last time the airport reported anything greater than a trace was September 5th. Take a look at your screens here. Since October 1st, just a trace. That is less, that we are down in a deficit for the month of more than 2 inches of rain. We should have had 2 inches of rain by now on average for the month. And we're in about a 5.5 inch rainfall deficit for the entire year. So needless to say, we need rain, and we're just not going to get it in the next several days. Only a few sprinkles possible today and tomorrow, and then in the week ahead, pretty dry. And speaking of pretty dry, we can look beyond the week ahead. The Climate Prediction Center, since we're going to be entering a La Nina winter, there's a good chance that we're going to experience below average rainfall over the next 3 months. Now, that doesn't mean it's not going to rain at all over the next 3 months, just that it could be below average, and this is not good news because we're in the middle of drought. Now, outside right now with the clouds and some patchy drizzle, we're starting off a little bit on the warmer side, but not too bad. It's 70 in Port SA, 68 in San Antonio, 68 in Converse. It's 68 in Utopia, 63 in Comfort, and 66 in Canyon Lake. Dew points are pretty high. They're in the muggy range when they're in the 60s, but watch what happens as we head into this afternoon. Dew points coming down. It should be comfortable in the afternoon with lower humidity, nice and pleasant outside. So walking you through your KSAT 12-hour forecast, 10 o'clock in the morning, we'll see some sprinkles. By noon, it'll be 74 and then 83 for the high temperature today in San Antonio. Some locations like the Hill Country will struggle to get out of the 70s. It'll be 82 in Del Rio, 84 in Pleasanton, and then looking ahead, we're warming up quickly. We're going to be seeing high temperatures close to 90 degrees Wednesday and Thursday, but I do think we'll avoid that 90-degree mark technically. And as we get on throughout the rest of October and into November, it's going to be harder and harder for us to actually hit 90. So who knows, we might be done with 90 degrees for the year.
Oh, I hope so.
That's about the only good news I got in the forecast, because as I showed, we really need the rain.
We really do. And I've been hand watering a lot lately.
That's about all we can do with these stage 3 water restrictions.
Thank you, Sarah. At 9:49, 68 degrees. Taking a look outside with TransGuide. This is another look at that I-35 at Schertz Parkway. A lot of people taking the frontage road because of that construction. If you live in the area, you know this is your route. It's 35 northbound around the Schertz-Cibolo area. That construction takes 2 lanes away and really backs up traffic, so plan accordingly. use Waze, use Google Maps, whatever you need to route this morning.
1604 at I-10 is also great. Let's take a look at your lotto numbers. Pick 3, 954, Fireball 9, Daily 4, 8180, Fireball 5.
Cash 5, 1724, 2631, 34, Mega Millions, 49, 26, 39, 58, Mega Ball 23, Mega Plier 4. Good luck. It's a cult classic movie with several San Antonio ties. Blood In, Blood Out was released in 1993, and Congressman Joaquin Castro wants the film to be recognized for its contributions to Mexican-American culture and heritage. He spoke with RJ Marquez at the San Antonio Museum of Art about the impact the film has had on generations of Latinos.
It's a story of brotherhood, of addiction, of immigration.
More than 30 years after its release, Congressman Joaquin Castro is pushing for the gritty Chicano crime drama Blood In, Blood Out to be part of the National Film Registry.
You would see if you grew up on the west side of San Antonio or the south side or the east side, it really resonates with a lot of people, and that's why I think it's had a lasting legacy.
The film is set in East LA, but there are several San Antonio connections, including one of its stars, Jesse Borrego, the Southside native who plays Cruz Candelaria.
Jesse Borrego gives an incredible performance as Cruz, the artist. One of the most powerful things in the film is actually the art. And all of that art was produced by a fantastic artist from San Antonio.
One of those works of art, painted by Adan Hernandez, is displayed inside the San Antonio Museum of Art. The Juanito painting, representing innocence and tragedy. The character is the younger brother of Crucito and one who depicts an overdose in the film.
That's a story of a young man who is innocent in the community, who is emulating his older brother, who's addicted to drugs, all of these issues that you see families actually dealing with.
Blood In, Blood Out recently received new life. It's available for streaming for the first time, meaning younger generations can watch the film. But Castro has gotten some pushback from critics who say it promotes gang and prison violence.
This film is different is because it shows the humanity and the brotherhood of a community, and it really gives the full context of the characters and the individuals and the neighborhood and the effects of gangs and drugs and crime.
Castro said the film is also about representation for Latinos in the film and media industry. Less than 5% of the registry's 875 titles focus on stories about Latinos.
The stories that come out of our communities, the creativity that come out of our artists, it helps more people believe that they too can achieve those things, that there is a path for them in Hollywood or in media and entertainment.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, RJ. And the Library of Congress will announce the 2024 addition to the registry in December. So we're going to keep our eyes on whether this film makes it. Right now, you can check out the Juanito painting on display at the San Antonio Museum of Art. It's 9:55 and 68 degrees. We'll be right back.
All right, outside right now, we do have clouds this morning, and temperatures are closer to 70 degrees. Winds are from the east at about 10 miles an hour. Those clouds, though, are starting to thin out. I mean, you can see that we've got sunshine in Pleasanton, sunshine starting in the western part of Bexar County, too, but still fairly cloudy out near Del Rio, Rock Springs, and Uvalde. It's going to be a mostly cloudy day today, but some sunshine in the afternoon. We've still got some areas of sprinkles around there right now, but we'll be looking at clearer skies in the afternoon. 83 for the high. Humidity is going to come down too. Some sprinkles tomorrow as well, 85. And then looking ahead to the forecast next week, high temperatures will be climbing to near 90 degrees. All right, we are rounding the corner, heading closer and closer to Halloween, Dia de los Muertos. You got any decorations going, Sarah?
I have my Dia de los Muertos decorations out. HEB had some good ones. They went on sale. The giant skulls, to put those up.
Have you bought the candy to hand out to the kids yet?
No, we have not. But hey, next weekend is the Dia de los Muertos Festival, the Muertos Fest in town. I won't be here because I'm going to be out there covering it. And we do a really awesome special here at KSAT produced by our amazing producer, Alyssa Medina. So that's going to be coming in the early week of November.
Looking forward to that. I'm trying to think what kind of Halloween costume I got going this year. I should take advantage of the pregnancy, right?
I think I might do something fun. You know.
All right, we'll see what we come up with. Sarah is the queen of Halloween.
Texas Eats is next.